Scanning to first event.
Welcome back, everybody. This is RJ. Sitting across from me, of course, is the man, the myth, Rooster. What's going on?
What's up, buddy?
Hey, we're covering Season 1, Episode 6 tonight, TS-19. It was requested by, I forget, I apologize.
We're very prepared today.
Unbelievable. I'm half sleeping over here, but we wanted to do TS-19. I didn't mind this episode. I remember watching it way back then. What was your overall thoughts about this episode?
I enjoyed it. I think for the time it was better the first time I watched it.
Yeah, I think so too. These former episodes, especially the early seasons, just remind me of where we were and where we're at now.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate because, again, I'll say it every time. This felt like a movie sequence.
It did.
It just simply did, and I felt everybody's pain. I felt everybody's fear, everybody's angst. You know, when Jenner locks the doors, and it's like even back then, I felt like, oh my god, is this how they're ending everything?
This is it.
This is it? Like,
if they didn't sign up for a second season, maybe that is the way they end it.
Yeah. I can't remember the guy's name, but the guy that played Dr. Jenner, I thought he nailed it.
Oh, yeah.
This show, of course, is The Walking Dead. It has its hit misses, but
of course,
I enjoyed this episode. If I was going to give it a letter grade today, I'd probably give it a strong B+.
Oh, yeah. I'd probably be B+, maybe A-, somewhere close.
Oh, wow.
Somewhere close.
You just like being above me at all times.
No, usually I'm under you sometimes. Okay. I think for the past episodes, I'm a little higher, but for the normal episodes,
I'm the power top, is what I'm saying.
You're the power top.
You're the bottom.
Okay. All right, then. I'll go with a solid B.
No, you can do what you want. I'm just messing with you. Yeah, TS-19. I remember thinking back then, I didn't see it coming, but TS-19 was his wife.
Yeah,
yeah. Maybe I'm just getting better at critiquing shit or getting worse. I don't know, but I remember thinking at the time, like, that was a clever way of like showing his pain and his hurt.
Oh, yeah.
Regardless of what he's been through in that place this whole time. Even though he's trying to save... I think it's always funny when... Every time I watch this episode, I always giggle and laugh. It's like, we got to save power. You get all the lights on in this fucking place at all times.
All times.
So it's
all
like...
times. It's like they live at my house. They just keep every light on in the house.
Right. It's like... You could have had a couple barrels of gas still, maybe.
Something.
Like
you couldn't have been like, all right, I'll let you guys in, but you need to go get me some fuel.
Yeah, just anything. Oh, yeah, that would have been like a great ticket to enter.
Like, here's 3 55-gallon drums. Fill all 3, you can come back.
You get back in the 24 hours.
Yeah, you got 20 hours. Go.
That would have been a good
thing. And in the
thing.
meantime, I'll keep half of your people.
Yeah, the kids can stay because they'll be slowing you down.
Yeah, they'll be slowing you down. Keep Lori. You can't have her driving.
No, yeah, make her go out, actually.
Yeah.
Just
she's got to take one drum and just go by herself.
Make her do something productive for once. Walking around on her panties, enticing fucking...
Right. I forgot how hammered everybody got in this episode.
Yeah. I wrote down the notes right when Glenn was whining about his head.
Yeah.
I was like, do you think it hurts now
just
or
wait.
then?
Just wait.
What would you rather walk around with?
You're
going to
wish you had that hangover back.
I thought that was funny. It was good to see. It's always good to see all of our people back.
It is. It
just reminds me of it's a different show.
It's completely different.
Yeah, let's just jump right into it because I don't have much else to say about it until we get through these spots.
So we start with a flashback of how Shane, he kind of saved Rick at the hospital while Rick was still in the coma.
I wasn't expecting. I remember thinking this too. I wasn't expecting this scene.
No, not at all. I didn't expect it when I rewatched it.
Yeah,
I was like, oh yeah, that's when this happened.
Yeah, it was strange because I guess time is ticking by as we do this stuff and watch this show, but
yeah,
I'm starting to get things jumbled up.
Mm-hmm.
I could have swore this episode started with Jenner in the lab or something like that.
Yeah, and he like made a mistake.
But that had to have been episode 5 then, right?
It had to be. We had to get a sneak peek of what he was doing in episode 5.
And so it's all starting to jumble together.
Yeah, because I was looking for that because I remember there was he did something and it like exploded.
Yeah, and he had to get cleaned
Yeah,
off or
like,
something.
yeah.
And we got feed mail. We got feedback at the end of the recap talking about that. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I read that during the week, and now it's like,
Where was it?
that fucking scene?
Yeah.
It's like maybe Netflix dropped the ball somewhere.
Yeah,
but it
because
had
I
the
was
proper
expecting to
intro.
see that first in the intro.
It's like, wait a minute. Whatever. I guess we all lived through it once. I mean,
Yeah.
we'll deal with it. But it
We'll
had
be
to have been
alright.
episode 5.
It had to be because there was no reason to do anything after.
Yeah, it was kind of weird how they presented the military just striking people down no matter what.
Yeah, that was a little strange.
But if they're trying to plant the fertile ground of like chaos everywhere,
Yeah,
I guess
panic.
that's how you
I
would
mean,
do.
If I'm in their shoes and there's just mass panic going everywhere, I might be doing the same thing.
Maybe they were rogue soldiers.
They could have
at that
been.
point.
I mean, they were in like the full hazmat suit, so we don't know who they were.
Again, I'll say it. I've said it last week and probably time and time again, but those little bits of nuggets just to help you fill out the rest of this world.
Yeah.
Something that fear never fucking does.
Ever.
And to a point, The Walking Dead doesn't do now.
No.
Like, we get, in this episode in particular, we get stuff about, TS-19. We get these soldiers laying waste. They're probably panicky. We get people talking about, like Jenner himself.
Yeah.
Gives enough information for your mind to chew on.
Yeah.
To build your own world in your own
they
mind.
didn't treat us like toddlers then.
Yeah.
Now in The Walking Dead, these would have all been bottle episodes. They would have been hour and a half waste of time, basically.
That's a good point. That's what I miss about the older episodes. You got a little bit of something to work with.
You always got something to chew on. Even when they were at the farm. As boring as it was, you always look forward to next episode.
And, Hirsch will be talking about his, the people in the bar and who they were and how they got there and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Or Otis gathering these people. You got little pieces to work with, little Lego pieces.
Yeah.
I miss those days. And this one was full of it. We'll get to it
this
all.
one got crazy. I mean, there's one part in my notes. It's like a page of just one scene.
I always get transfixed. We haven't gotten there yet, but when he goes into the whole what TS-19 is.
Yeah,
and
the
all
whole
that,
TS-19,
I
like when
usually
he
just
explains it all.
My jaw drops and I just sit there focused with him.
Yeah.
It was good.
That was great.
And again, it's Frank Darabont, people.
Yeah.
What the fuck happened? AMC.
He knew when to spend a lot of time on one part, and you didn't have to dwell on maybe some of the lesser. All right, so the group gets into the CDC. Jenna wants to do blood tests on everyone before they come in. Rick wonders where everyone else is, but Jenner's the only one left. That's a valid question. I expected to see more than one guy in there.
I like it, though. Eventually, they all get real snappy with the guy. Listen,
Yeah.
I can send you right back out the fucking doors.
Yeah.
Don't fucking start getting attitudes with me, people.
Yeah. Maybe they should have.
Maybe he should have had he should have showed up with like a gun in one hand and blood kits in the other. Like, okay,
Yep.
we're not going any further until you start doing these
This
blood
is what's
tests.
happening.
You want in my house? These are my rules.
Right.
That's how it's going to be at the quarry. You're going to have guns in your face. Like,
Yeah.
Listen, these are the rules.
You either listen to RJ and the Rooster, or you're not getting in. It's
Simple.
very simple. And you're not walking away either.
2 + 2 = 4 here, people.
If there's anything I learned, you don't let anyone just walk away.
And we will make an example of you.
Absolutely. We'll find the biggest one there and just slap the shit out of him.
Yeah.
That's how you do it, right?
He can be like the nicest guy from Green Mile. He could be John Coffey from the Green Mile. Nice,
Right.
sweet, human,
Yeah.
big, giant motherfucker. But we will strap you down and kill your ass.
Yes. Well, we'll hang you from the crane for a while. We'll
Yeah.
dangle you as bait.
Yeah,
But when you finally make it down, then we'll get you.
I agree.
So the group sits down for dinner. They give Carl some wine. Rick proposes a toast to Jenner. Shane wants to know where everyone is. Jenner tells him many people left and some opted out. Then he tells him he stayed to keep working.
Did you just skip the whole blood scene?
Well,
They're already getting drunk, but like the blood was already being taken from
I mean, there wasn't
that
much
led
there.
Into it.
Yeah, that led into it. Like they just
Andrea started to get lightheaded.
Well, it's Andrea. She's
We haven't
lightheaded the
eaten
whole first season.
We haven't eaten in days.
Yeah. Oh, so let's go get hammered.
Yeah, let's
Because
go.
nothing says tore up stomach like red wine.
And Jenner's a doctor. He'd be like, listen, people, take it fucking slow.
Guys, easy. You don't need 2 bottles in each hand.
What did you think of Jenner giggling with making, like, showing some humility with, like, I got to keep my eye on you, especially you, Carl.
Yeah. I thought it showed that he was a human, that he wasn't.
It's like he also did, like, I guess it's foreshadow, I got to keep my eye on you. Well, Carl loses an eye, bada boom, bada bing, it's over.
Yeah. A lot of foreshadowing.
Carl looks so different. It's always funny looking
he's
at that
such
kid.
a little kid. It's strange.
It's weird.
It is very strange.
We've been in this thing for 7.5 years so far. It's weird.
Yeah,
This is our new soap opera.
It is. So Jenner shows everyone their rooms, kind of. Then we get a shower montage. My favorite is Shane just boozing in the shower.
Yeah.
And then Andrea looks sad.
Fucking, these are rule breakers.
Rule breakers.
He's like, don't waste the hot water.
And these motherfuckers are all
and,
like 45-minute showers.
And fucking Shane does it in season 2. He doesn't care about water consumption.
Doesn't give a
shaves his
fuck.
head.
Yeah.
And let that hot water go on in the background. The guy's an asshole.
He is. No, the biggest assholes, Rick and Lori.
Oh, yeah.
Getting it on in the fucking shower.
What a bunch of fucktards.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Like, guys, if you want to live here, maybe you should conserve a little bit.
Just a little bit, man.
Like, you want to go through the wine, that's fine.
If I was Jenner, I'd be like, okay, you're up next for a shower. Everybody wait in fucking line.
Yeah, 3 minutes, go.
Yeah. He said, don't waste the hot water. Oh, man.
Yeah. This is bullshit because that's Rick's second hot shower this season. Everyone else is like cleaning in like puddle slop and everything else.
He did do the blood makeup first.
Yeah, he did.
He took a shower with Morgan and the kid, but then he went into blood
so
makeup.
And again, we didn't see Daryl in the shower, proving he still hasn't taken a shower.
That's a good question.
Still hasn't taken a shower.
And this is early Daryl, too, where they gave him a bunch of just, like, unfortunately, it's a bunch of T-Dog lines.
It is,
It's just like, I'm going to get hammered. Just like some weird one-lines.
At the time, he's probably one of the most known... one of the more well-known actors on there.
Sure.
And they give him T-Dog lines. It
funny.
always cracked me up.
I feel bad.
He still gets them.
And I feel bad for T-Dog in hindsight because he was doing T-Dog lines way back then.
Yeah.
Just like dropping, oh, shit. Oh, hell no. Like, come on. Give that guy some lines.
Yeah, right.
I bet you in the first draft of this episode, they had Jackie and T-Dog both dying at the end because they're black.
They did. They probably did. Knowing Walking Dead,
Yeah.
they had to.
Frank Darabout's like, no, we can't do that.
Guys, come on.
How
Use your
dumb
fucking
are you
head here.
assholes?
So Dale checks on a puking Andrea. Of course, she's sad. Everything's gone. There's nothing left. Dale tries to be positive.
He doesn't know anything about. Did he have daughters? I can't remember. He had
a wife at least.
He's letting her puke in her hair. You got to hold that.
You got to hold the hair.
Everybody has girlfriends, even dudes with boyfriends with long hair. You hold the hair back.
I've never held the hair back.
Really?
I've never held the hair back.
You're an asshole, though.
I don't know if I can't be around that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You
it'll
might
be,
puke on her head at
yeah,
that point?
no, if that
Really?
happens, yeah. If anyone is to get sick within like
Really?
probably like earshot of me, it's over.
You got a bad gag reflex?
Only for that.
Oh, man. I
Only
can't
for
wait
that.
to experiment now.
No, you don't want to do that.
That'd be fucking awesome.
You don't want to do that.
Holy shit. You just let loose.
Oh.
You just let me write this shit down. Rooster is bad with gagging. Okay.
Yeah. So Rick, that sounds awful too, man. So Rick visits. No, that's not funny.
Oh, is it working?
Rick visits Jenner to thank him. Rick is pretty wasted. He thinks he would have died out there, and then Jenner tells him it'll be okay. I was waiting for him to hug it out a little bit.
At that time, like, I didn't think of it, because at first, I remember watching this episode the first time, and I'm thinking, this is so cool.
Yeah.
Now I'm watching it, and I'm like, it's going to be okay. And it's like, it's going to kill your ass.
Yeah. In about 37 minutes, you're not going to be okay.
You're going to, yeah. Well,
he is going to be your worst enemy.
And did you notice that red clock when they first enter that hive area? Like,
I forgot to look
background,
for it. Yeah.
You could see it, but it's all muffled and blurry. But, like, I remember thinking, like, that's a clock on the wall. What's that thing ticking down for?
It's just wasting energy.
Yeah, another fucking Jenner fucking waste of an energy.
Yeah. Yep. Carol puts the kids to bed. Lori's going through some books. Hammered Shane pays her a visit. He's mad that she doesn't want him. Shane thought Rick was dead. He saved her. He tells her he loves her, then tries getting some, and she scratches him.
I have a slight problem with this scene.
Yeah.
I know Shane's an asshole.
He's not that big of an asshole.
But he's not a rapist, though.
I've never seen him as a rapist.
He's very aggressive.
He might shoot a fat guy to get away.
Yeah, that's survival. That's Darwinism.
He might threaten Dale.
That's one of the first rules of Zombieland is your cardio.
Yeah.
But I just never bought that. Like, he was so enthralled in loving her that he was going to rape her.
Yeah, I didn't buy it.
I don't know. It was weird. And I guess because it's Lori, because it's like in a weird way, we're like, okay, just punch her in the face. Don't rape her, but go ahead and punch her.
Nobody has a problem with her.
It's weird, right?
What he's doing, we're all just like, just kill her.
The Walking Dead puts us in these fucking standards. Like, oh,
save us everything. Just shoot her in the head. Rick and Shane rule. It'd be great.
I just didn't believe it. And like, he gets cut in the face from her fingernails, and it's like, oh, he wakes up. Like, come on.
Yeah.
This is like movie/TV tropes, I guess.
It is. A good scratch in the face, you're sober. He's good enough to drive now. Definitely good enough to drive. So Rick stumbles into bed, sees Lori crying, and he tells her not to be afraid, and they're safe. I love this scene.
It's just Rick being so naive early on.
It is. And, I could see how he could think, oh, okay, she's happy now. Like, we're in, and it's a, like, getting, like, 5 pounds off your chest,
Yeah, well, Lori's like a fucking 105-pound cancer that won't leave.
At all. She's like herpes.
I wonder what Rick would have been like if he was just not motivated by his wife or his kid. Or his wife might have died, and he's motivated by his kid only. Maybe we would have seen a different leader.
Maybe.
Because she pretty much tripped him up for 3.5 seasons.
Yeah.
Pretty fucking much.
Yeah, this is true. So everyone's having breakfast. They're all hungover as shit. T-Dog sees Shane's scratches. Dale and Andrea team up on Jenner. He shows them TS-19. It's basically an MRI, like a moving MRI of the brain. It's the last moments of, well, we didn't know at the time, but it's his wife. It's her brain as she dies and then reanimates. Jenner basically has no idea what's going on. The group finds out this is happening everywhere, not just in Georgia.
Yeah. This group is fucking amazing. They got food, they get liquored up, and then they have an attitude the next day.
Yeah.
Demanding answers.
Yeah.
No one's truly subtle about it besides Dale. But like getting cocky with him, and I would have been, oh man.
I would have slapped the bitch.
I would have, we just joked about it, but I would have made an example real fucking quick. Like, you're like, listen, you bastards.
Maybe you just slapped the shit out of Carl.
I probably had another day and a half extra of gasoline to you assholes who blew all the
water. Yeah, you guys literally just cost me like 3 days. So it's just hot water alone.
They get an attitude with him during this whole, him explaining things, and he's like, and like at one point he's like, Rick says something like, he says that they come back alive or something like that, and he goes, Rick says something like, so they're alive, and like Jenner's like, you tell me. Yeah, he puts his hand up to the screen like, what a bunch of assholes. Not only is our hero group a bunch of drunk assholes.
Wait, so they're alive then? Herschel would have been a great person to watch this. Oh yeah. And I don't know why they never took that back to Herschel. Like, listen, man, we were at the CDC. There's no hope. It's just a brainstem.
You see that all the time in television, especially television. The proper information never gets relayed. Ever. You would never have a show then. You would have a 5-minute episode. Yeah. So it's like, it's one of those tropes again. It's like...
This still might be one of my more favorite moments in Walking Dead, though. Really? Like, I enjoy it. Like, I always remember the MRI, and I love when he gets shot. It just shows, like, the trench from the bullet.
It does look like it was thought about. Yeah. The creation of that video. It was thought about. Mm-hmm. And I always give it's Frank Darabont at the helm is what it was.
Yeah.
It looked like a movie. It played like a movie.
It did.
And we were all okay with it back then.
Yeah,
I
and we just
guarantee
got
you.
a wealth of information in about 2 minutes.
Yeah, and it wasn't complete information.
No, but it was enough.
Jenner basically said, we don't know what causes it.
Yeah.
And they even said that, like, it might be microbial, it might be biological, it might be this.
Yeah.
Jackie springs up, it might be the wrath of God. And he's like, yeah, and there's that.
It could be.
So it's like,
Most likely that's what it looks like.
it's just a little bit.
Yeah.
and
It's enough to keep you satisfied.
Yeah. they
It's
don't
like
do
it's like
that
an
shit.
appetizer,
It's weird.
It is.
And Fear the Walking Dead doesn't even do this shit.
No,
and
they
they're still
don't-
early.
They don't give you like you could have learned so much. You would think the people that are working on Walking Dead would have learned so much from being around Walking Dead, and they just passed it all up.
I wonder if it's just us and our particular listeners or other fans out there think the way we do. Maybe there's people out there that just doesn't give a shit. They just want to see the blood and guts.
But there's nothing to see. There's no walkers in Fear, man. There's nothing to see.
It is a weird animal, man. It's odd. It's odd the way they. I'm going between two shows now, but Fear
It's
is
okay.
But like The Walking Dead, you just give people enough to chew on to get them along, and we're fine with it.
Yeah.
I remember it was fairly positive back then.
Yeah,
the first
it
season.
was.
Vatos was weird, but even
Yeah,
then
but
you
I
got
think-
information. You got
Yeah.
information then too,
Yeah.
and you can form your own conclusions and be okay with it. I don't think anybody really cared. I can't watch this show because I don't know how the zombie apocalypse started. You don't really need to know.
You don't need that.
If we told you it was biological, would you be mad? Or we told you it was supernatural,
But you know
would
what?
you
There's
be mad?
no good way to do it. There's really no good way. I understand the problem, like that Kirkman's in.
Yeah, I do
Because
too.
nobody's going to be satisfied
So you keep
with
it
how you do it. So the best way to do it is to mask it.
ambiguity.
Yeah.
So just give people enough, again, to chew on and let them keep going along.
Exactly.
I was always enthralled by the little side stories. I hated Devato's episode, but at least you
really
got...
hated that one.
It really bothered me.
I wasn't a huge fan of it. I don't think I hated it as much as you, but
But you got a side story.
yeah, there
Just
was
a little
something.
bit. We
Yeah.
weren't with those Vatos long. Mm-hmm. But you got a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it showed you that there's still more out there. There's still good people out there, even though they look like a bunch
You
of
hear
thugs.
these... It goes to the World War Z argument of the book, not the movie.
Yeah.
You read that book or you listen to it, you're getting these little side stories throughout, and you're like, God damn, I want more.
Yeah, yeah.
That shit works for me.
Yeah, no, I get
It
it.
doesn't seem like we get that shit now. Now we
We
get
don't
these
get anything.
abbreviated bottle episodes of the Oceanside chicks and the fucking
Yeah.
whoever else is coming along.
Is it just laziness?
I think they're just counting money at this point, pinching pennies and counting money at that.
Could be.
It's just fucking frustrating.
Yeah. No, it is. I agree with you 100%. This is also the time Dale notices the clock that's counting down.
Yeah.
Then the group finds out when it hits 0, it's not good.
Yeah. And I remember, I mean, Netflix, I'll watch it on Netflix, but like,
Yeah.
there's no commercial breaks, so it's like,
No.
they go from one disaster right into another one. There's no breather. It's
None.
kind of funny.
None. It's always so hard to take notes off of Netflix because it's just nonstop.
I like how Dale does so much speaking with his eyes. He's got those wide bug eyes.
I miss
He's
Dale,
like,
man.
Listen, I don't mean to pile on you, Doc, but
Yeah.
I got one more question. He's like looking big eyeballs at this, like, that thing is ticking down.
Yeah. What does that mean?
What exactly does that mean?
Right.
We're gonna die.
Yeah. So the group frantically goes to the basement and checks off for fuel. At this time, the lights shut out. The AC stops. Jenner's looking at a picture of his wife and talks to it. Then he explains to everybody what is going on. They all freak out. He tells them that the French thought they were getting close to a solution, but they ran out of fuel too. Yeah, that sucks. Rick tells everyone to pack up, but Jenner locks them in. He tells them the group is better. It's better this way, and he tells them they'll all die by basically explosion.
I know we just fast forward through a lot of
Yeah,
stuff there.
yeah. Someone had to check their phone.
No, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I got it on vibe.
It's okay, man. It's okay.
This, let me just get this out of the way real quick.
Let's do it.
It's funny to watch some of the weird staging right now. For instance, like when there's a couple times when Daryl goes after Jenner.
Yeah.
And you could almost see him animating in a way with the axe, and like he's almost waiting a step.
Yeah.
Like to be stopped. And then like he's well within reach. Yeah. People have a hold of him. He can still swing, but he doesn't.
Yeah, he's like that one friend you had in like high school. Like,
get
he's
all
like,
swole.
I'm gonna get all swollen. I'm gonna fight.
Yeah,
and,
just,
and he's just like waiting for someone to hold him back.
Hold me back, or I'm gonna go crazy.
And then he'll bark louder. Yeah. You're right. That's exactly what he looked like.
It's kind of stiff and kind of. I can understand what their dilemma was. Like, you can't actually hit the actor with it, but there was some real weird shit going on.
Yeah,
there, but I always found
you
it
could have
funny.
done it a little different. I don't know. You could have done something a little differently.
I think Frank Darabont might have been on lunch at this point.
Yeah,
Gimple was starting to try on his pants and stuff.
Yeah. Oh.
Glenn Mazzara was like sniffing in the corner. AMC execs might have been walking around.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I'll make it look like someone else is working now.
Frank's back. Frank's back.
Yeah. So the French were close to a solution.
And even that, right?
Yeah.
You don't need the whole fucking diatribe.
I don't need
You just
that.
it made you think like, oh my God, are we going to get French episodes? Maybe. I don't know. Are we going to go across these?
Now, at least at this point, you knew like this could go worldwide.
Right. And it was just enough to get your mind to work.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it back then. Maybe we're just getting too long in the tooth and we're just...
Could be.
It's just fucking weird.
It very well could be.
It's not hard. To me, it's not hard to go back to those ways.
No, I think...
everything just looks too polished now.
It does.
And we forgot to mention at the top of the show about the news article that I briefly read over it, but...
Oh, yeah.
Did you dive more into it?
I didn't really dive. I heard it and I was like, I'm not surprised.
And what were they saying, ultimately?
Basically, they're going to cut back on the gore.
What gore?
Yeah. This show's always had a little bit of gore to it.
It's The Walking Dead. There's walking zombies everywhere.
This is the show of, they shoot a little girl in the face. They shoot a girl in the head looking at flowers. They did a Walker autopsy, which I remember at the time I was like, wow, that's amazing.
Are you talking about when...
They thought maybe Carol's kid was...
Oh, yeah.
Looking for
like,
in the
you're talking about
dummy.
Daryl and... he ate those.
Yeah, I remember seeing that. I was like, oh, my God.
It wasn't even gore.
It wasn't gory, but at the time it was a little more... wow.
This is all stemming from the Negan premiere episode.
It is.
It's all it is. And it was barely that. We could have got a lot worse.
Oh, I wish.
We could. Yeah, we all wish. But what do you expect? It's a fucking Walking Dead show.
The execs knew this was coming.
It's
from the beginning. Everybody, I don't know about everybody, but everybody involved should have known that this is the way these comics were going.
It seems so broken. I hate this type of... I saw that articles that were bouncing around. I'm like, I'm not even going to acknowledge this shit.
Yeah.
And, it wasn't really that gory.
No.
To me, at least.
No. I mean, I think the worst part was it was kind of hard to watch because you like the characters.
Whatever.
But if you look, every walker gets like half a head cut off, and nobody flinches.
Because it's not red blood, it's like brown blood, and it's muddy, and it's like, come on, we're all adults here.
We are.
We can't all babysit your fucking kids. If you don't want your kids to watch, and if you don't want to watch it, then fucking watch something else.
Yeah. I mean, you should know by now, your kids probably shouldn't be watching at this point.
Your kids are doing other dumber shit at school and out of school.
Oh, God. If you're letting them play like Grand Theft Auto and shit, you're worried about
Call of Duty.
Dead.
Oh, my God. I gotta turn the blood off of this game. Oh,
yeah. Oh, I can't.
Fuck that prostitute, though. Like, come on.
Get her.
Like, Jesus.
No, it bugs me when people cry about that. Like, if you don't like it at this point, just stop watching.
So when someone gets stabbed on The Walking Dead, a human on a human violence, they're gonna have look down at it. It's gonna be like a little tiny scratch.
It's gonna be a flower. A flower's just gonna pop out. Little daffodil.
Like some rainbow clouds and shit. Like, oh, it hurts.
Like a unicorn poof. Like a rainbow. Like puh.
Or just like one big yellow smiley face. Like, oh, that's what. He got a smiley face damage.
Maybe they'll just blur it out. It'll just be like a blurred line.
And no squealing or grunting. It's just gonna be like Mario Bros.
There won't be any more like stabbing the melon sound effects.
That upsets me.
It's gonna sound like a scissor on paper.
What is happening to our show?
I don't know. Did we break it?
No,
it's not our fault.
It's not our fault. We're just shedding light on the situation.
We're just calling it out.
You know we're the assholes of the podcasting world.
We are.
The Walking Dead fandom.
Oh, you know it. I'll take it.
I'll take
Someone's got to be that guy.
Someone has to be this role, and that's us, goddammit.
We will call it for what it is.
Us and our listeners will stand proud.
Damn right. All 8 of them. No, I'm joking.
Hey.
Yeah.
Someone's interested in using us, is what I'm saying.
They are.
We can't talk about it now, but there's a big announcement coming down the pike.
Hopefully.
I'm just letting you all know.
Yes.
Whoever's with us now is going to be
Yes.
the leaders.
You're right. All right. So the group's taking turns trying to get out of a door.
It would have been funny.
I love
Just
this.
them all like shoulder to shoulder stuck in this log jam. Like, come here, okay.
I love he's like, you can't even get it down with a rocket launcher. And they're still taking like an axe to it.
Oh, yeah.
Shane's using like his shoulder.
It's like, it's supposed to illustrate their what is, I just lost the word, the desperation.
Yeah.
It's like, you're taking an axe to that steel fucking door.
It's got to hurt too.
Oh, in your hands, right? Like
yeah.
the rattle effect. Oh,
Uh-huh.
God. Everybody's taking a hammer and dumb enough to hit a metal I-beam or something.
Of course.
It vibrates throughout your whole fucking wrist.
Jenner tries counseling the group. He tells them it'll be peaceful. He then tells the group that Rick knew they would die eventually. Like, he totally rats him out. Jenner totally ratted
Jenner's
Rick
not
out.
only an asshole, he's a super asshole.
He's like, no, Rick said you guys were all going to die anyway, so this is just a peaceful way to do it.
From what I understand, Rick, your marriage is a sham as it is. So I'm gonna throw more fuel onto that fire.
Yeah, right?
Jenner's an asshole here, right? Like,
Yeah,
ultimately,
he turns overnight.
Ultimately, he can let them out. He could have done
Yeah.
that since the get-go.
Yeah.
But he
He could
thought
have
he
been
was
like,
saving
listen,
them.
guys, I'm going to shut this door. You can stay with me and burn in peace, or the top door's still locked. I told you it was, and it doesn't reopen, but I also didn't tell you only have about 18 hours. But if you can get out those doors, then fine.
It's always made me think, like, he just didn't want to die alone.
Yeah,
Ultimately,
that makes a lot of sense.
he wasn't, unless he really thought it was mercy. He's like, I'm helping you not deal with this world.
Mm-hmm.
But I always took it as he ultimately didn't want to die alone.
Yeah, I mean, how long has he been alone down there?
I'd like to try it because, I mean, it could be worse. You could have been running around with Rick's group and fucking getting raped by Shane in the mud,
Oh, God.
listening to a bunch of fucking Carol and other people's stories.
Oh, yeah, Andrea stories. It'd be
I don't know.
horrible. Yeah, so Shane pulls a gun on Jenner. Then he shoots the hell out of some computers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Further chancing the fact that you might break the system that might let you out.
Yeah.
Like, let me just shoot this shit.
Yeah. He was angry at this
And that would have
point.
been funny, Jen, like, well, I could have let you out, but your
You
guy here
just shot that computer.
You shot that computer key, and that's how you
Yeah.
get out. I mean,
Again, if it was only one season, best ending ever.
oh, yeah.
Best ending ever. I would have been so happy.
You would have had shock, delight, pissed off,
Yeah.
all rolled into one. Like, what the
And it
fuck?
is a great way to just tidy it up. You just burn the shit up because you
Shane
were dumb.
was an asshole.
You could talk about that scene forever, I think, in that, if it ends that way. So Rick knocks Shane on his ass. Rick starts the smooth talking of Jenner. He wants to know why he stayed. Jenner tells him it was a promise to TS-19, his wife. He tells the group she was a genius, but Rick begs for a chance. Jenner lets him out, but the top side is still locked. Then Jenner whispers something into Rick's ear. I remember this part.
Oh, everybody did.
Yeah.
And it was like the worst secret ever.
Right?
It's like one of those high school secrets that someone's banging somebody. Like, it's
Yeah.
not a secret if everybody's talking about it.
Exactly. I think they just waited too long
Oh, yeah.
to reveal the secret.
This is like the early stages of The Walking Deaddom.
Yeah.
Of just like hanging on to information way too long.
Way too long. It would have been more effective in the season premiere, or maybe an
Like,
episode or two in.
Maybe at the most season 2A's finale, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
okay.
Within the first couple episodes of the first season.
Maybe they were hoping that the audience at the time would just forget about it. Like,
Well, that's the reason it wasn't as effective. We're like, oh, yeah, the secret.
Rick would have turned out, he was just tonguing my ear. It was really weird. And I just wanted to get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, right? He
Jenner was
nibbled my
having-
ear and said, I can get us 5 more minutes.
TS-19 was a man, baby.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
Oh, good Lord.
I didn't see any hair up in that fucking visual, so it must have
Yeah.
been a man.
Right?
Yeah, they held on to that secret way too long, and
Yeah.
and that on top of the whole comic books being out there and the information being there.
Yeah, I think it was one of those where you kind of know.
Yeah,
I mean, you don't know that everyone's infected, but it really doesn't matter because there's no effects. You know, it doesn't affect you while you're alive, so
that's right.
it's
Yeah.
kind of pointless.
And I remember
I don't
discussion boards were talking about back then. They're like, was it about the French? What's
Yeah.
he talking about? Is it Fort Brent or whatever they're trying to get to?
Yeah.
Fort
Yeah.
Bragg or whatever they're trying to get to. Like, it's the fucking disease one, man. It's nothing
Yeah.
else to talk about.
It would have been so much cooler if he was like, the French got it.
Especially the way the Rick gives him a look like, what the fuck are you saying?
Yeah, yeah. We're all infected.
Yeah, it was like the longest you're all infected type of thing,
Yeah.
too.
Everyone who drank off the bottle I did has herpes. Simplex 2.
Simplex 10.
Oh, boy. So
It itches.
Jackie decides she's staying. Andrea wants to stay, too. Dale doesn't like this news and tries to talk her out of it. All while the group is getting out or trying to get out.
Oh, this is the best part.
Yeah.
To me, like Dale sees that Jackie's staying. No, but okay, I respect your decision.
Yeah.
Andrea's staying. No,
No,
way.
you can't do that to somebody.
Andrea, you're white.
Yeah,
You have to come with us.
yeah, yeah. I mean, did you really think Andrea was staying?
I guess ultimately, I don't think I ever tried to go either way with that.
Yeah,
I knew at the time he had some sort of cliffhanger.
I knew at the
situation.
time I was like, don't just leave her, Dale. Don't die.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, Dale, dude, get the
Dale,
fuck out.
run. You have 4 minutes and a bad hip.
I just like Dale's like, okay, Jackie, I respect. No, not
No,
Andrea.
Yeah. Well, good luck, Jackie.
Tell God I said hi.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh, God. So, Carol, who just has been holding on to a grenade the whole time, never said anything, hands it to Rick.
Was she ever going to bring it up at the steel door, like potentially to get the fuck out of there? Not wait till the glass scene, but like, hey, put those axes down, boys. I got this grenade.
There was too much commotion. Like, you know,
okay.
she didn't have a
Okay.
good time to bring it up.
She was a battered housewife. She can't speak out loud.
Yeah, she's afraid. Like, if there's yelling, she's not talking.
No,
At this
yeah.
point. At this point.
She doesn't want another bruised eye.
Yeah. So it breaks the window. Dale tells Andrea he's going to have to stay with her. Then they go back and forth for a while. The group gets into the RV. And then they see Dale and Alexandria just slowly just walking out.
There's a lot of broken glass. You got to take care out there.
Like, did you see how she's like stepping? She's like, oh boy, oh God, I miss. Don't step on a crack.
She's supposed to be in trauma.
Yeah.
Dale pretty much talked her out of killing herself, and she's
Yeah.
in trauma. And I was always like, everybody talked about at the time this explosion. Like, the
Yeah.
explosion was like really bad CGI. I guess I just didn't care.
I didn't either.
But I did care that their fucking nothing around the building got pushed away.
Nothing.
Like, their cars would have been knocked over to the
At
left.
least would have been like moving.
Oh,
There
yeah.
would have been some kind of, I don't know.
concussion.
Yeah.
Like,
Unless this was a certain kind of explosion we've never seen before.
okay.
Because this one just incinerates the air.
Okay, whatever. But I'm saying, you're still going to have a concussion blast.
Oh, yeah, you will.
Fucking Shane would have been, like, charred inside that open Jeep.
It's Shane, man. He's a badass.
He fucking enveloped himself with his earlobes and, like, I'm going into my cocoon.
Yeah, the back of his earlobes were charred.
All he
but the
heard
rest
was, like,
okay.
inside whatever T-Dog was, oh, hell no.
Get down.
Like, yeah. It was like, get down where? I would have been like, get down where?
Yeah.
We're going to be rolling and tumbling in this fucking RV.
Right. So Jackie and Jenner, they hold hands and die peacefully, I guess. In one hell of an explosion. Then we get another little montage of the group, and then they all drive off. They were very montage happy in the early scenes. I forgot about this.
Yeah.
I think at some point there were 2 in every episode.
I didn't mind it.
No, it wasn't a bad thing.
Then you got Rick in the driver's seat, like, staring, like, still processing the information he just got from Jenner.
Yeah, right?
Jenner said he wanted to fuck me. I
Yeah.
was like, no way. As I ran out.
He could have got us 5 more minutes.
We busted it, but I enjoyed this episode. I guess I
did.
enjoyed the whole reveal of TS-19
Yeah,
mostly.
yeah.
I enjoyed Jenner's performance, really.
And again, I felt like it was a good way to close a season.
We haven't talked about it because we haven't covered it. The first episode of season 2,
Yeah.
basically, that all got reshot and rewritten.
Oh, did it?
That's why it turned into a 90-minute episode.
Oh, okay.
Because after they pull away from the CDC, they're still stuck in Atlanta, and they eventually go. There's actually, you can find the videos online. I'm sure they're on DVDs everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, you can see the cut, like 10 to 12 minutes of the first episode of season 2
Really?
of them trying to go find the Vatos again, and the Vatos got overran.
Oh, okay.
And so they're actually discussing what the next move is in the hallways of that Vatos lair.
Oh, that's kind of weird.
It was weird. Like,
Yeah.
and this is probably the early stages of the Darabont AMC fighting going on. And so that's how that first episode of season 2 turned into a 90-minute.
Okay.
It did seem disjointed then.
Yeah, yeah.
But it all stems from the CDC reveal and them pulling away.
Okay.
So it's pretty interesting to go out and look for that video on YouTube.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out.
You see what season 2 was starting with, and they just chucked it and just started over.
Started all over.
So it's very interesting.
Yeah. But unlike previous, later, I guess, season finales, this one tied it up pretty well, I thought. It was over for this journey. They're starting the next journey.
Yeah.
There were some loose ends, but nothing crazy.
How would Gimple at the end of season 6 into season 7 would have ended it here? Like, would we be still stuck at CDC's
They would have been
panel?
walking. They would have been walking out the door, and it would have just ended.
Yeah.
Like, we don't know if they made it out of the explosion or what.
Or we would have been like Rick pulling the pin of the grenade, and that's it.
Yeah.
Credits roll.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is happening?
You see next season, I guess. Fuckers.
Or like before the explosion,
Yeah.
Jenner and Jackie's holding hands, and like the bomb doesn't go off or something.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, no, he would have destroyed it, I think.
yeah, I'm still, Gimple's done a lot, but I'm starting to feel like it's time to change heads.
They need to refresh.
Just get a new regime. We just, that's why there's presidencies every 4 years.
Yeah.
Let's do that with showrunners, perhaps.
Maybe 3. But no, it kind of sucks to watch some of the earlier ones and compare them because you just it's almost sad sometimes.
That's right. That's the word I was going to use. It gets sad. Like,
It
damn
does.
it. This was something different.
I feel like now they're trying to make the show move so fast, but it doesn't go anywhere. I don't know.
It's again, we've talked about it a lot, but like it's the byproduct of too many episodes in the season.
Yeah.
There's too much filler. And I just read something today that, man, this is making me sad. Like,
no.
Season 7, episode 15
Yeah.
is going to be the penultimate episode.
Of course.
Tara got some sort of like particular like speech that she gives like in the throes of battle or something.
Really?
Like, and it was on an Entertainment Weekly. I think I read it, like, to the point where she had to do it a bunch of times because it was getting emotional. Like,
so she's gonna die soon?
I'm hoping. I'm hoping, but apparently she's got some sort of major leadership majority arc or something going on. Like, come on, fuck off, I quit.
Yeah. So is the problem now that they're just trying to cram in too much, and maybe they have too many cast members?
Maybe, or they're trying. Yeah, they're introducing new people, but they're slow to get rid of the old. Maybe.
Yeah, they're doing something very strange because I feel like looking back, the earlier seasons they were moving forward, but they weren't like flying forward.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
Stuff was being developed.
Yeah.
We got stuck in 7A, just meandering in this molasses, just like stuck, and it I wish they would stop experimenting. Just fucking tell a story, serve the story, and not your fucking wallet or your ego.
Yeah,
it's weird.
It is very bad.
So I give it a B+.
Yeah,
I think
I'm
maybe
gonna go
A-.
a little bit. Yeah, A-, B+. I'm around there.
It's one of my favorite ones of the first season.
Yeah. I mean,
it was fun and
Vatos is your
different.
second favorite.
I just didn't get down with it, man.
Yeah. I think in the first season, nothing's going to beat the pilot, though.
Yeah. Oh, the pilot, again, that's my favorite episode of all.
Yeah.
little shown, a lot of information.
Beautiful.
Beautiful, cinematic.
Yeah. Well, when we were talking last week about Night of the Living Dead,
right?
I forgot to bring up, like, I remember watching the first season. I think they redid in black and white. I remember seeing how good it looked. So maybe should all zombie things be shot in black and white?
It's maybe if you. What if 7A was in black and white?
Not anymore. It wouldn't work anymore
because it's too polished, right?
It is.
It just seems. Yeah, we talk about it all the time. They back in season 1, 2, 3, whatever. They were dirty. The actors were actually fucking dirty and sweaty.
You could hear crickets.
But now they're dirty. But it just seems like it's purposely dirty. It doesn't seem right.
It's not a natural.
It's not a natural.
It's like they just got out of a coal mine, or it's
a
strange.
makeup dirt. Like it's strategically put on you in your particular pants.
Yeah,
they always look like they were fugly at all times.
Nobody sweats anymore.
Yeah, it's kind of frustrating because it's simple to me.
It is.
Just fucking do it,
especially in the heat of just leave them alone for an hour.
Don't even put any makeup on. Let them act as is.
Yeah. And
you roll in. Hey, maybe like a requirement. You roll in the fucking dirt before you do your scene or something.
Yeah, just roll around there. We have like a little dirt pit.
Do like 50 jumping jacks and a couple sit-ups and like the way you look. Look at Norman Reedus. Look like him, everybody.
Be him.
Yeah.
Just be him. From day one of the shoot till the end, don't take a shower.
It's been slowly getting unrealistic compared to the early seasons. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. No, I remember the early seasons, you're like, I could see me heading that way or making that choice.
Before we get into feedback, let's talk about how we can get help from our listeners.
All right, don't forget Amazon.
I wasn't even there yet, so
fuck
off.
I'm just reminding you.
Head over to iTunes and give us a review. That always helps us. That's the easiest, simplest, fastest, cleanest way of doing it. Give us a 5-star review or any review in particular, and just give us something. And if you write something, we'll read it off in the air. We got one later on that I must have forgotten last week.
Yes, maybe. We can't remember.
We're going to read it off again because we can't remember if we read it off last week. I think I read it a bunch of times thinking I read it off.
You might have.
So, head over to iTunes or wherever else you pick up our podcast and give us a review. That's how we climb the charts. Simple, fast, and easy. The other way you can help us out, again, cheap and easy. You're already buying stuff on Amazon. Why not help us out? You don't get charged anymore from Amazon. We just take a teeny tiny cut, pennies off the top of the dollar from Amazon's profits.
That's it.
The way you do it is loosewirenetwork.com. Head over there. Hit the Amazon button. There's 3 of them there, folks. Any one of them will work. They'll go right to the Amazon webpage. Go spend to your heart's desires, and that helps us out.
Yes.
Keeps our lights on and the machines rolling.
It does.
That's the way you can help us out. So Amazon or loosewirenetwork.com. Hit the Amazon button and start spending all your hard-earned cash.
I do. That's my number one place to go.
It is for everybody, right?
Yeah,
I think Amazon's just going to take over the world.
They should.
Everybody's worried about Trump, but we're all going to have Amazon tattoos at some point across our faces.
It'd be a barcode and an Amazon logo.
Yeah, and you might be sponsored by Prime, you might not be.
Yeah, it all depends.
The way you hold yourself together.
Right.
I'm just an Amazon guy, not a Prime member. So we'll jump right into feedback. Were you doing something?
I was gonna hit the button, but it didn't work.
Okay, great. This is how fucking hiatus does. Yeah.
Wait, here.
Ladies and gentlemen,
there it is.
Can I please have your attention? I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story.
The way you can send us feedback is simple. criticallydeadcast@gmail.com or facebook.com/loosewirestudio, and Twitter is @critically_dead.
Man, we've been using that one the last few episodes. This one.
I got mail! Yay! I got mail!
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just did the news.
Yeah, we have no news.
We have no news.
We already went over the news.
So we're just throwing any sound bites into this
hiatus
motherfucker.
Is hard.
Hiatus is broken. Yeah. All those, and you can head over to loosewirenetwork.com, and there's other ways of clicking our social media accounts and communicating with us. First up this week, I actually came in last week, right, of course, as we were recording.
Right at the buzzer.
Tia wrote in, "Hey, RJ and Rooster, just checking in with you both. This break from Walking Dead sucks, but hopefully when the season returns, It'll be a lot better than the first half. During the break, I discovered a new show on Netflix called The OA.
The OA? I haven't even heard of that.
The show is unlike anything I've seen before, but I recommend it if you two are looking for another show to watch. I will look into it, Tia. A suggestion for a previous Walking Dead episode to discuss is Season 3, Episode 12, Clear.
Clear.
That's the Morgan one.
I would enjoy to do Clear, I think.
I loved all of Morgan's badass traps he had laid out, and also this is where we got to see Michonne become more closer to the members of the group. Great episode, she calls it.
Yeah,
Pretty good one.
Yeah, I remember enjoying it. I don't remember how much I liked it, but I do remember it.
It was the Morgan. Like, Morgan appeared out of nowhere in the middle of the third season.
Yeah, I was super excited about that.
And lastly, I hope you two... this is coming.
I didn't read this email.
Okay. And this is going to make your butt fucking pucker. And lastly, I hope you two do consider discussing Fear the Walking Dead Season 3.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
I hope you don't think us listeners like wasting your time. I just think your listeners, especially me, like listening to your recaps and your moans and groans about the episodes. Ha ha. Keep
Tia
up
was
the
my
great
friend.
work and Happy New Year, Tia.
I thought we were friends.
Speaking of which, that's a good segue into, I put up a new poll on the loosewirenetwork.com.
Oh, no.
So you listeners can head over there while you're hitting the Amazon. Before you hit the Amazon button,
Yeah.
hit the new poll. It's simple. It's easy. Should we continue with Fear the Walking Dead? Yes or simply no.
Oh, boy.
So we'll let them hash it out. You got time. loosewirednetwork.com. But I have a feeling, there's going to be a lot of yeses.
Just to torture me.
Just, yeah.
And
she
no
just said-
one's going to listen to it. They just want to torture me.
Maybe we can do it and like add in scenes that never happened on the episode and be like, see if the listeners catch it.
Yeah, we're going to test them.
Like, that man got some ice cream.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me on that show.
Yeah, that's true. They want to joyride in a fucking jalopy.
Yes. And then there were more than 3 walkers on.
Yeah. The sun went down. Bullshit.
Both calling it. Didn't happen.
Thanks, Tia, for writing in, and thank you for recommending the OA. I did see it, but I haven't read anything about it.
Never even heard of this.
Netflix is just firing them off.
They are.
Right now, I'm in the middle of doing Shameless, and God, I can't believe I missed that boat, but I'm in the middle of it now.
Yeah?
It's good.
Yeah?
Especially us Southsiders.
Okay.
It's got everything. They
Oh.
film in the back of the yards.
Nice.
Actually, I'll have to tell you after off the air.
Okay.
Because they actually filmed close to us
Oh, really?
in a couple scenes. And I was
Really?
like, they're that fucking close to us.
Oh, shit. Yeah, now I got to watch.
It's a good show.
Mm-hmm.
I also want to check out that Neil Patrick Harris one, Lemony Snicket's series of unfortunate events. It looks fucking funny as hell.
Huh.
I got a lot of Netflix to watch.
Yeah.
Would anybody like to pay us money so we can watch Netflix?
Please. I'll watch all the shows I'll watch Fear again if somebody pays my salary.
Ooh, maybe we can set up a payment plan. Like, you want us to watch Fear, this is the only way.
Yeah. It worked for the Jackass guys, right?
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's what it is. You're just torturing yourself for others' enjoyment.
LooseWiredNetwork.com. Hit the poll button. Yes or no.
No.
We'll figure it out.
Yes.
They just want to hear Rooster give them scene by scenes.
I'm not. If we're doing Fear, I'm not doing scene by scenes.
No, we might have to. Yeah,
We're going to try something different.
I had this conversation the other day with someone else. Like, if you do Fear, just do it as character to character.
Yeah, we got to try something out because it's too boring, man.
It's so bad.
Like, it's so boring, I can't even read it.
Next up in the old email hopper is Robert, also known as Dr. Rob. A bunch of other names he likes to be called by. Not a ton to say about TS-19 as I enjoyed most of the episode. One thing I got to point out, though, is Dr. Jenner and that he is a terrible scientist. A brief backstory. Your boy Bob here does indeed work in a lab for a pharmaceutical company.
Wow.
Let's write some notes down. I need some drugs.
Yeah. He might get me to watch Fear then.
Yeah. I like oxycodone, Adderall.
Yeah. Anything that'll, that'll numb the pain of fear.
So he works in a pharmaceutical company, so when I see bad lab practices on TV, they stand out. So I'll stop there for a moment.
Okay.
This is the email I'm talking about because I think he's getting the end of season 5 because I could have swore we did see a lab scene with Jenner.
I know at some point we did. I thought it was in this episode. It clearly couldn't have been.
Goes on. First, and the most obvious, why did Truman Show try to recover the brain material with his gloved hands after he split acid on it? He spilt acid on it, excuse me.
Yeah.
I'll put it a different way. If you dropped your car keys in a pot of boiling water, your first instinct shouldn't be to just throw a body part in there to retrieve them. And along the same lines, anyone who has worked in a lab has spilt stuff while testing. But that stuff usually happens when you're a young scientist, not a pox-marked veteran like this jabroni. Wow.
He's all thumbs, man.
Robert does not like fucking Dr.
Yeah.
Jenner. After the first time you spill something, you and then have to start over again. Usually your first instinct going forward is to never leave materials around you that can be knocked over so easily and ruin your samples.
That's a great point.
He's got to be talking about episode 5, right?
He's got to be.
Seen Jenner.
We
in
all
5.
must be in the same boat.
Second, about the sample. Why did he only have one sample? He should have carved her up like a Thanksgiving turkey.
I would have taken every piece of brain I could.
He goes on, you can't put all of your hopes and dreams of saving the world in just one little slider worth of brain material. He should have treated his old lady's skull like a Halloween jack-o'-lantern. He works for Hallmark, I do believe.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah.
Does he write the cards?
Yeah, so let's say that's what he did. When you're in a lab, you try to only test what you need, never more. Let's say he had been using his wife's brain for the entire time he was in there, and now he's out. He was able to convince Jackie to kill herself. Why not see if you could convince her to kill herself for science?
True.
He knew she would turn as soon as she dies, whether she was bitten or not, right? Bam! There's a whole re-up of a sample to test.
Yeah, but at that point he's out of time.
Yeah, I think that's where
You know.
Bob is getting a little loose.
Yeah, if they had another week,
yeah,
that might have been really interesting.
I think this jabroni just won it out because he was a quitter, but whatever. I have some show ideas I think maybe you guys should consider for a podcast. First episode of Lost. You lost me there. Kind of kicked off the trend of large-scale appointment fantasy television in the early 20s. Early 2000s.
Early 2000s.
He said 20s. Episode 1 of Glitch, a zombie-type Netflix original series. It's Australian, so their accents are harder to understand than your Da Bears one, but it's a solid show. Do we got Da Bears accents?
Do we?
Do we got Chicago
I
accents?
don't know, man. I hope not.
I've been called out on it before. But
I believe you have a little more
Me?
than I do.
Yeah?
But you don't have like the true Southsiders accent.
Yeah.
You know.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Ever heard of Glitch?
I haven't.
It's a zombie. We just got done talking about before
Yeah.
we started recording what we're going to watch next, and
Glitch.
it never even came up.
We're
A
so bad
zombie-type
at this.
Netflix original series.
I might
He
look
also
into it.
Yep. He also suggested the film Pontypool. Another podcast with two guys from the Midwest covered this a few months ago, but it fits the genre of what your podcast is about, and I'd like to hear your thoughts on it because I enjoyed it and thought it held up as a zombie movie. Plus, you knuckleheads are much funnier, so I'm sure you'd come up with some buck wild shit to talk about for any of these things. Thanks, guys. Love the pod. No, I'm not Steph. I have man titties, not woman titties.
Damn, we haven't heard from Steph in a while.
Your
have
boy
we?
Bob. She comes around during the season.
Yeah, that's right. She
Steph-
takes hiatus.
She's still active. She talks to us on Twitter and stuff
She
like
does.
that.
She does.
She's still alive. God damn it. Pontypool. I know what two guys you're talking about, Bob. I did listen to that episode of theirs. I didn't watch the movie. We're debating on doing that movie,
I enjoyed the movie.
but there's no scenes, right? It's all inside of a studio, correct?
I believe so. It's been a little while since I've seen it.
It's on my radar now. I'm going to
Yeah,
watch it
yeah.
just to see, but I don't think we're going to be able to cover it in the same way.
We might actually have to try something different for a change.
Should we do Pontypool and see if we
man.
can come up with some ways of?
Yeah, but I feel like since someone else recently did it not too long ago,
I know.
do we really want to?
Those two guys, they
Yes.
did the intelligent.
Oh, they did
Look
the
into it, yeah.
Oh, we don't do anything intelligently.
No, we're smart, but we don't do it smartly.
No. We don't do anything smartly. We did fear.
The fact that we're using smartly as a word is the problem.
I don't think smartly is a word.
No, I think it's a candy.
No, that's a smartee.
Oh, Smarties.
Yes.
The ones you used to
These
crowd
damn
up
Chicago accents. I can't
Fucking
understand
A.
anything these fucking idiots are saying.
Yeah, go sit over by there.
Over by Dare.
Over by there.
Dare.
Thanks, Bob, for writing in. Yeah, we're debating on what we should do next. It's definitely going to be a movie.
Yes.
It's either going to be now Pontypool's in there.
Pontypool's in there. We have more choices than a coin flip, unfortunately.
Pontypool, 2004 is not The Walking Dead. 2004, The
Dawn
Walking
of the
Dead.
Dead.
Dawn of the Dead, the remake with the fast zombies,
Yes.
which is one of my favorites.
One of your favorites.
28 days or 28 weeks later.
I feel like you'd have to do 28 days, but you can't just go into weeks. You got to start with 28 days.
Okay, 28 days later, 2004 is The Walking Dead. God damn it, it's not The Walking Dead. The Dawn of the Dead.
One of your favorites, Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah, the remake or Pontypool.
Double D, Dawn of the Dead.
So we're going to be back in 2 weeks because Rooster decides to leave everybody.
Sorry, guys. I'll try to do one from out there if you want me to.
No, God, no.
I'll take this microphone and we can Skype.
We have a 2 week break because after that we come back.
Yeah.
We got one more in the hopper, and that's pretty much leaves us right where The Walking Dead kicks off.
And we're not going to do a, recap of 7A.
No, we're not. There's
or
no
what
way
to
to
look forward to.
Yeah,
I don't think there's anything in it this year.
We're just going to jump right into the episode. So we got 2 weeks from today. We're going to release another one. It's going to be a movie.
Yes.
Of the ones I named off, if you want to write in between now and then, try to get to sway us either way, but it's going to be one of those three.
Yeah.
28 days later, 2004's Dawn of the Dead remake or Pontypool.
Pontypool.
I want to see Pontypool because I'm a thinking guy. I want to see the think pieces.
Yeah.
And the two guys he mentioned, they kind of got me interested in just.
Okay. Well, do you want to do Pontypool? I feel like you're
I'm
leaning that way.
Scared.
I feel like you're leaning that way.
I'm scared because I don't know because it doesn't have. It sounds like it's a real smart type of zombie situation, but it also reminds me the way it was described. It's more like War of the Worlds, where everything is happening outside somewhere, and you just got people talking about it.
Yeah, a little bit.
So it's kind of interesting that way.
Mm-hmm. I'll do anything except fear.
Besides, make a decision.
We're doing Pontypool.
Oh, there it is.
You want to do it? We'll do it.
We'll do Pontypool, and
that
Pontypool's on
one's
Netflix,
easy to
right?
get. Yeah, you can do it on Netflix. The other one's not so easy to get.
Okay, we'll do Pontypool next in 2 weeks.
God, I hope they have easy names.
Fuck, I do believe it's Canadian, right? As well.
Yeah, maybe. It's been a little while since I've seen it.
Fucking A.
Yeah, I'm surprised it's still on Netflix from when I seen it. Sorry, man. What do you
No,
want?
I get it. I'm just, I'm actually looking forward to it because I haven't seen it.
I think I seen it before we were even podcasting.
Wow, that's
So-
fucking even scarier.
Yes. So maybe you should watch it soon, and we can come up with some kind of formula how we're gonna cover this.
Yeah, I'll watch it. I was always interested in it.
I think I might watch it before bed tonight.
You got a plane trip. You got a plane trip there.
I got a lot of stuff to
it
watch
sounds
on
like
a
you might have to
plane.
watch it twice.
I need to fly somewhere else than where I'm going. I need to fly internationally to catch up on the shows I'm supposed to watch.
Yeah, you did a lot of promises. You talked about Preacher, getting someone a Preacher recap.
I wasn't going to recap. I was going to watch them.
Just watch
Just
one
watch
or
them.
two.
I owe them 2.
You own them? You bought
I
them?
owe her 2.
Oh, okay.
So I'll get that done.
You're going to take a trip just to watch shows out there in Colorado. Just to,
Yeah. No, there'll be no TV watching in Colorado.
5-star review this week, and apologies if we read this last week, but I just don't remember.
Nobody remembers.
Buddha 0202 wrote in. He says, or she says, found these guys after Last Day on Earth when I still needed a Walking Dead fix. I have since gone back and listened to all the old episodes.
Wow.
I tried a couple other podcasts, but this one is far and away the most entertaining. Even though Fear is a god-awful show, those are some of RJ and Rooster's best. Highly recommended. Yeah.
I don't think you read this on you. I think you read this to me.
Yeah, I think I did.
You had me read this one. That's why it sounds familiar. But I don't think you read it on the air.
Because it's funny because another person's reconfirming
this
the Fear
is
talk.
yeah. Because this is when somebody was attacking me on Twitter. Amy, I believe.
Amy was
attacking me on Twitter with it, and then you're like, "Oh, read the latest review." The world's out to get me.
I think it's fucking hilarious.
We'll see what the votes bring in.
The vote, loosewirenetwork.com.
Yes.
Before you head over to Amazon, hit that poll button, yes or no, if you're going to have us do season 3 of Fear the Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Because Maddie apparently needs more face bashing than she deserves.
I don't know, dude. I just don't know how much more hell we could put that show through.
Maybe it only deserves one episode watch, and the first night you just do
doodles.
Just yeah.
But I can't. I don't know. Oh God. We'll see what the listeners say.
Yep, it's up to the listeners.
I feel like
at
there's
this
some
point.
good ones out there. I'm just gonna have to start hitting no. I'm gonna have to find as many computers as I can and just start hitting no because I know I'm gonna lose.
See, this is the price that you pay for being loved.
Yeah, I guess.
So.
So Fear was a curse, basically.
Fear was the happy cancer, apparently.
I guess. It was like the good kind, I guess.
Okay. criticallydeadcast@gmail.com, facebook.com/loosewirestudio, at critically_dead is the Twitter. See you in 2 weeks, which is going to be another Saturday podcast, which means we'll be all fucking messy with timing.
No, it would be so bad.
Plus,
We're not
you'll be
Saturdays.
1 day back from your vacation.
Oh, I'm gonna be sore and tired, and
Just don't break your neck out there, because
hey, man,
I will come to the hospital and make you do a podcast.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna take this microphone with me just in case something happens.
What else?
I don't know. I don't know.
That's it, I think.
Yes.
I'm trying to go over all the notes, make sure we got everything.
Remember, go vote no.
Vote yes for Fear. Just
No.
hear Rooster talk.
I think you secretly enjoy that show.
I do.
I swear to God,
No.
you enjoy the shit out of that show.
It's fucking horrible, but I can tell that we probably we discuss it all the time. When we like something, it's harder for us to do a podcast.
It's so hard.
When it's bad,
I don't know how these other guys do it.
Yeah.
When an episode's good, we're like stuttering fools. We're like, I don't know what to say.
It's so good.
We actually have to cut dead air before we post the episode.
Yeah. Yeah. But just, hey, let them speak. It's a democracy.
Yeah, all right, fine.
LooseWireNetwork.com. Hit the poll button. Yes or no.
Do it.
And head over to Amazon. Spend all your money over there. President Trump says so.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
Pontypool in 2 weeks.
Oh, boy.
Pontypool, and if it's bad, I'm blaming Bob.
I liked it.
Oh, now you remember.
I remember I liked it. I don't remember every detail, but I do remember I liked it.
Okay.
And then there was another one I watched at about the same time, and I don't remember what it's called.
I don't know.
But
I don't live in your head,
like
so I
that
don't know
one.
what's
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah, the covers both look the same.
Oh, God. That never helps.
No.
All right, we'll see you guys in a couple weeks. I'm
All
RJ.
right. I'm the Rooster.
Later.
It's a dead man's party. Who could ask for more? Everybody's coming. Leave your body at the door. Leave your body and soul at the door. Don't run away. It's only me.
Hey, Ma! Can we get some meatloaf?